Welcome. I am Josie. I am your host, your guide, your mentor, whatever. I am this just showing up on the mat with you today and excited to bring this practice with you. I hope it's something that you find nourishing to yourself. Whether you are doing this in a group, doing it by yourself, however, I want you to really think about your intention of why you're meeting me here on the mat today. And this flow is mainly incorporating a lot of heart opening. So we're going to use a lot of extension, a lot of trying to open up that heart and let yourself see and feel your body, especially in that space. This is a self-healing practice, and I'm so happy you're here doing the work with me today. If you are in a group, then I would like you to maybe put your hand on your heart right now, or close your eyes, put your hand on your heart if you do not want to be touched. We're going to have some things going around at the end of the practice during shavasana, and if you do not want to be touched during that time, just put your hand on your heart. Okay. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start off with a little intention. So let's shut our eyes. You can meet me in easy seat here, just one foot in front of the other. If you want to sit like this. I would also definitely encourage putting something under your bum, like a pillow or a blanket or something, and if you have bolsters, whatever, to relieve some tension on that low back. So we're going to be seated here for a few minutes. Or you can always meet me here too, on your knees, just like this, with your hands on your thighs, like so. So however you would like to meet me here. Good. Let's go ahead and shut our eyes first and just relax. Breathe normal. Maybe just tune into yourself a little bit. Is there anything that you're thinking about? That's okay if you are. Just think. Let the thoughts kind of run through your head. Maybe you have some tension or something you're thinking about in the future. Just be aware of that for a moment. However, for the next 45 minutes or so, we're going to be doing a really slow flow, just connecting with your body, connecting with your heart. So breathe slow and easy, not laborious. Let it naturally happen. Okay. So with your eyes closed, we're going to start a pranayama practice, which all that means is breathing. We're just going to breathe, but we're going to focus on our breath, and we're going to breathe in a certain way to balance our body. So first, I just want to balance our nervous systems, which means there are two parts to our nervous system that involve everything automatic, all the automatic things happening in your body. The heart rate, the breathing, the digestion of food, the sex drive, all of that is all automatic. We don't necessarily have to think about it. So we're going to balance this system. Balance the autonomic nervous system. Balance the fight or flight or rest and digest. So we're going to work on our breathing. We're going to start by doing a 4-part breath, meaning a four box breathing. So we're going to do inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. Then we'll start over and do another inhale. We're going to do 8 rounds of this, and we're going to do it together. So let's go ahead and shut our eyes, and then we're going to inhale. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Continue on here for 4 more rounds. Okay, as you finish this last round, you'll finish on exhale and hold. As you do, meet me in easy position, just breathing normally. Awesome. So we're creating energy with your breath. That is the whole point of breath work and practicing this, is creating energy within your body. Energy does not mean that you're jumping and, dancing all the time and wild and crazy like maybe a, 3-year-old on sugar. Like, that's not what we're trying to create. You're creating this vibrancy in your body. So we're using your breath to do that. Okay, so now we're going to close your eyes again, meet me in seated, just like we are. And we're going to do a different breathing practice. So with this one, we're really working on restoration. So inviting healing into your body. And I call this one 46s or 48s, depending on what you're capable of doing. I'm going to start by doing 2 rounds of 48s. So 48s is 4 seconds in, 8 seconds out. So there's a pause, but not really a hold in between inhaling and exhaling. It's mainly just a inhale to exhale fluid movement. Okay, so we're going to be doing this all through your nose. So let's go ahead and start. Let's inhale. 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. Continue at your own pace. We're going to do 5 rounds. Exhale. If 8 is too hard, on the exhale, do 6 seconds. Once you're finished, go ahead and just breathe normal. So now we've created this energy in your body. We've already ignited the fire with very little movement. However, that diaphragm just worked pretty hard. So with your eyes shut, I want you to really, we're going to just go into a meditation, a light meditation here. Check in with your body. See how it's changed from the beginning of this session to now. I want you to think about your intention of why you're here. Reconnect or connect with that if you have not created one at this point. Okay, now we're going to get into some movement. So I want you to bring your hands to your side. Inhale. Meet your hands up at the top. Exhale, bring your arms back down all the way. Inhale, arms up. Good. Exhale, arms down. I want to leave your fingertips on the ground. Reach your arms away from your shoulders, away from your midline as far as possible. But have your fingers resting on the ground. Okay. So we're going to start with some neck exercises. So I want you to bring your ear to your shoulder, whichever one. Roll your head towards midline and to the opposite shoulder. So at your own really slow pace, we're going to start opening up that neck. Get the tension out of our shoulders. Just breathe normal here. Don't hold your breath. Awesome. Okay, now I want you to meet me on the right side, your ear to your shoulder. And then I want you to rotate your right, or rotate and look down, like pretend like you have a pocket in your right, and a shirt pocket on the right side. Okay, so with that, I want you to play with your right arm, and then play with your left arm. when it's on the ground. Find if you can figure out where it's tension. You might feel tension in your neck. You might feel tension all the way down your arm, maybe in a finger. See where there's just a little bit of tension, where you can lean into that. Breathe normal here. Now, while you're here, looking down, there's a lot going on. All I want you to do is be like a funky chicken, which means I'm going to have you bring your chin, jet your chin forward and backward. Forward and backward, nice and slow. We're just going to do that 10 times. Very little movement. You're not going to see a lot changing, but you're going to feel it in your body, okay? Good. Okay, come back to neutral and neutral neck. Good. Shake that out a little bit. Shake your arms. Okay, we're going to do that again. Stand up, sit up, nice and tall. Bring your arms to the ground. Laterally flex, so ear to your left shoulder this time. Then look down into your left shirt pocket if it was there. Now play with your fingertips on the floor. See if there's a spot that's a little bit of unease, a little bit of tension. Okay, once you find that spot, now we're going to do 10 funky chickens. You're going to jet your chin forward and backward. 3. Good, then come up to center. Okay, now while we're here, let's do some neck circles all the way around. Use your nose as your guide. You're going to be trying to draw the biggest circle possible. Once you hit the center, let's switch directions. Remember, this is all about self-love, so we're trying to open up the heart space. Good. Okay, now we're going to bring our hands together in front of you, and we're just going to do some wrist circles. Warm up the wrists. Good. Switch directions. Now we're going to warm up the elbows. Draw big circles with your hands. Switch directions. Okay, now I want you to bring your fingertips like this, if you can see that. It's like we just squeeze our fingers, not our whole fist, just our fingers, and I want you to place them on your temple. Then we're going to, while you're sitting up nice and tall, bring your elbows together, and then we're going to open it as far as we can. We're going to do a few of these at your own pace. Good. And now I want you to let's grab your shoulders, and we're going to do circles. Circle your elbows as big of a circle as possible. Switch directions. Good. Okay, bring your hands to your knees. I want you to inhale as far forward as you can. And then we're going to do circles with our spine. So exhale backwards. And inhale. Exhale backwards. Take your time here. Feel every vertebrae stretching. Maybe your side stretching. Inhale forward. Go at your own pace. Exhale backwards though. Switch directions. Inhale forward. Exhale backwards. Good. Meet me in neutral. Now we're going to do cat cows from this position. So inhale forward. Stretch forward. Exhale backwards. Bring your belly button to your spine. lead with your pelvis. So we're going to inhale with our pelvis moving forward. Eventually, the rest of the spine, shoulders, and neck move forward. Exhale, lead with your pelvis again. Tilt your pelvis. Bring your belly button to your spine. Chin to your chest. Good. Inhale, forward. Exhale, backward. Inhale, forward. Exhale, backward. Inhale, forward. Exhale, backwards. Okay, meet me in easy seat again. Now, if you are crossing your legs, let's go ahead and switch your feet so that the opposite leg is in front. Let's mess with the brain a little bit. This messes with mine big time. Okay, awesome. Now I want you to inhale. Inhale up. We're going to do a spinal twist. So inhale, and then we're going to twist to the right. Look over your right shoulder as far as you can. Make sure you're still breathing here. We're going to inhale. Let your spine grow taller. Exhale, twist a little bit further. On the exhale, bring your belly button to your spine. Inhale. Good. Exhale, belly button to spine. See if you can twist any further. One more breath here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Bring your arms above your head. And exhale, twist the opposite direction. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, belly button to spine. Use your body to add a little bit of, like your arms, to add a little bit of tension to your twist. So inhale, lengthen. Good. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Arms up. Exhale, bring your arms down. Okay, now we're going to, let's meet with our feet in front of us. Actually, I'll stay this direction. Feet in front. I invite you to continue to stay on your bolster if you need and you're having trouble sitting forward. This is not an easy position. This is a hard position to be in. Let's have your move your flesh away from your sit bones so that you're sitting nice and solid. And maybe this is all we've got right now, or maybe this is even too much and you need to put a bolster underneath your bum to be able to sit upright. The biggest thing is I want your spine to be as upright as possible. So if this is all we've got, then this is all we've got, and this is where we're at today in the practice. If you can bend forward, I invite you to do so. So you're going to lengthen. So inhale. Good. And then exhale, you're going to bend forward towards your feet. Inhale, you're going to lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the hips only. We are not bending our spine yet. Okay. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Okay. Once you hit your max here, then I will invite you to continue the fold forward all the way down. And we're going to hold here for a few breaths. Continue to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Bring your belly button to your spine. there's an engagement. If you engage your pelvic floor, actually, you'll get further into the poses. So if you engage your pelvic floor, inhale, and then exhale a little bit further. You might get further into it or find a different stretch pattern, which is great. I'm going to hold here for 2 more breaths. Okay, inhale. Let's lengthen your spine wherever you're at. So you're going to lengthen. And if you're down, you're going to slowly start to walk yourself back up so that you're in this nice sharp L formation, okay? Then let's bring your right foot forward or up towards your hip and cross it. So we're going to do a spinal twist here. So bring your right hand behind your back for support. I want you to inhale. Good. And then you're going to exhale, twist, and look over your right shoulder. You're using your left arm to push, getting a little bit of more of a stretch in your hip, actually. IT band your legs. Continue to try to lengthen when you inhale, twist when you exhale. And if this is too much and we can't go there, that's okay. Maybe just bring your leg up to here or to here, and that's it. That's fine. And then try to twist. So this is your practice, whatever you want or whatever feels good to you. Okay, so let's inhale, lengthen, and come back to center. And I want you, let's bring your left foot, or actually bring your arms behind you. Okay, so we're going to bring your arms behind you. You're going to be in the figure 4 position here on with your right leg, with your right ankle over your left thigh, okay? If this is all we've got right now and you're already feeling a stretch in your hip, then we're going to stay here. If you can, let's bring your left foot towards your bum and see if we can get in this figure 4 position. If you're rounding your shoulders, that's not what we want. We want you to stay with your shoulders externally rotated all the way so that your chest is shining forward. Okay, this is more for extension. I'm not worried about the hips as much. So we're going to hold here for 3 breaths. Every time you feel tension somewhere, I want you to feel it on the inhale, let it go on the exhale. That can either be mouth open or closed, whatever feels good. Okay, great. Now let's come out of position. Shake the legs out a little bit. Okay, let's bring the left leg this time up. Again, we're going to do this twist, so meet me wherever you feel like you can. If it's here, if it's like, here, wherever, whatever feels best. Okay, bring your left hand behind you, right arm up to lengthen. Exhale on the twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Good, exhale, twist. Bring it all the way out, belly button to the spine. You might get a little burp if you've had breakfast or lunch or dinner, depending on when you do this. This is great detoxifying position. Twists are awesome for that. Good. So inhale, come to the front. Exhale, arms down. Now, if you can, just meet me in this figure 4 position. If that is all we do, that's awesome. Bring your hands behind you and your fingers pointed away from you. Externally rotate the chest. So this is what we're looking for, an externally rotated chest. Okay, let's inhale, bring the foot as close to our bum as possible. Good. And then we're going to let your hips just relax and stretch. Continue to shine that heart forward, heart space forward. Good. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, let's let your leg relax. Bring both legs in front of you. Shake your legs out. Okay, now we're going to open up the hips even a bit more. So bring your feet up as close to, as like in a good distance. I don't know, a comfortable position, I would say, with your hips wider than, or feet wider than hip width apart. Okay, so we're going to just rotate our hips and get a good stretch. Feel free to be fluid with this. So just going to rotate the hips in and out. Go as slow or as fast as you feel like you want. The hips are a ball and socket joint, which means they move through a large range of motion. However, our world is very much moving in forward and backward motions. So our hips actually get really tight if we aren't allowing them in our day-to-day, not allowing, but like patterning them to move in that full range. Sitting, walking, running, um, all those, driving, whatever, all of our positions are just in that one plane of movement. So we're going to make these hips move in the other positions as well. Let's just go through 2 more cycles here. Good. Okay, then we're going to meet in child's pose here first. So child's pose is an awesome restoration position. Toes can be together. Knees can either be far apart, like as wide as your mat, or they can be together. Either way, we're going to go through a series of different ways to do child's pose because it's so lovely. So we're going to do a few of them. So let's start. I want you to try them. So let's start with your knees wide as the mat. And we're going to come down and lay on our thighs or our mat or whatever. I invite you to use a bolster if it's uncomfortable. This is definitely a relaxation pose, but it's very active as well. So, and what I mean by that is there's a lot happening, especially if you just engage your pelvic floor, like we talked about earlier. You're going to notice some things change in your hips, and they're going to open up a little bit further. So we're going to do that. Your forehead is going to be on the mat, connecting your body, your third eye, connecting your head, which we do so much thinking, so much intuition here. Just massaging our forehead so much. It does so much for us all the time, right? It's a nice way to get a little forehead massage in child's pose. Then, of course, we've got these arms that are extended in front of us. If this is uncomfortable, you can bring them to your side or not have them quite as straight. It can be kind of relaxed. Eventually, this will be very comfortable for you with time, or maybe you're already here, where you can put your palms down, let your chest and shoulders and your armpits kind of all settle as low to the ground as possible, and just let it be a passive stretch through your shoulders. Okay, we're going to stay here for 2 more breaths here. Very, very important position. Breathe all the way into the belly. Exhale all the way out. Inhale into the belly. Exhale all the way out. Good. Okay, let's bring your hips up. And we're going to meet in tabletop. Okay, so I want your hips to be about hip width apart. Your shoulders are right over your wrists. Use your finger pads to kind of grip the mat so there's not so much pressure in the wrists. This is tabletop, into all fours as well, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we're going to do cat cows here. So I want you to inhale. You're going to bring your hips and belly to the floor, and you're going to look up with your neck. And then you're going to exhale, bring your hips to the ceiling, spine to the ceiling, completely arch your back here, and then lastly, chin to chest. Okay, inhale, tilt the pelvis, bring your belly to the floor, look up at the ceiling, exhale, tilt the pelvis, back to the ceiling, chin to chest. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Okay, meet me in neutral spine. Then we're going to do something called thread the needle. So I want you to take your left hand and you're going to put it reached over to your right as far as you can. So this position may be difficult for some. If you can't go all the way down, that's fine. Try to just get a twist. We're trying to twist your spine. It's the main purpose here. It's the twist. So if you can make it all the way so your left shoulder is laying on the floor, awesome. Go there. And next would be to bring your right arm forward and extend it in front of you as far as you can. And then, of course, there's one more place where we could bind. So if it's in your practice today to bind, bring your right hand to your left hip and hold. Keep breathing. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly come out of the position. Good. Now we need to do the other side. So inhale, reach to the left as far as you can. Twist the spine. If you can, go ahead and relax your right shoulder all the way down to the ground. Relax your head. And then reach your left hand forward or to the bind if it's in your practice. Keep breathing. It's amazing how we can use our body to bring out emotions. So if you do feel emotional or anything of that sort, that's okay. It's because we have to open up our body to let it go. And if we don't, it just sits there and festers. So this is a self-love practice, which means we have complete compassion for ourselves as we move in and out of healing and growth and all the things. Okay, exhale, come out of position. Awesome. Now we're going to go back into child's pose here. This time, I want your knees to be slightly, like maybe hip width or closer together. And then I'm going to have you bring your hands back behind you and rest. Now this, you can either stay here or you can grab your feet and kind of use that as to create some resistance or some extra tension. If you pull your feet to your shoulders, you might feel that a little bit differently. And it's a very connected, almost like you're giving yourself one big hug. That is why I love this position so much. Okay, we're going to take 2 more breaths here. Let's meet in tabletop once again. So we're going to do some core work here, working on our balance. So we're going to bring your right arm up, holding your core tight, engaging your core, not letting your hips move one direction or the other, staying nice and balanced on both sides. Good. Then bring your right arm down. And I want you to bring your left leg back, point your toe. Good. Exhale, bring it back down. Now together, I want right arm, left leg. If that's not possible, then just do one at a time like we just did. So we're going to do 3 rounds of this. And then we're going to bring our right elbow to our left knee. Then inhale, right elbow to left knee. Inhale, exhale, right elbow, left knee. Inhale, back to all fours. Awesome. Now we need to do the other side. Left arm up. Exhale, down. Right leg back, pointing your toe. Exhale, bring it back down. Now continue with that, or we're going to do both together. So inhale, exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Bring it back to tabletop. Awesome. Okay, so now hold your ground here. See how things are feeling. Nice and strong. So now curl your toes underneath. We're going to do a foot stretch. Your feet do a lot of work for you. So you're going to bring your hips back over your feet. Kind of counteract the push with your hands to get some flexion, to get some flexibility in your toes. I don't know if you can feel that already. So if you're already here and this is plenty for you, then stay here. But if you can, let's start walking your hands back up so that all the weight is on your heels and your calves. And we're going to hold here for a few breaths. We'll see how this goes with the lawnmower in the background. Okay, we're almost there. I'm just massaging my thighs while I'm here. Feel free to do the same. One more breath here. Good. Come out of the position. Rock forward. Slowly let your feet come down. If you need to, tap them out. Okay, so now we're going to move into Sphinx pose. So I want you to lay on your belly first. Lay all the way down. We're just going into the cool down now. Most of the work is done. We're just going to relax. You can either rest your cheek, right or left cheek on the mat, or your forehead, whatever feels good. And I want you to rock your hips, your chin, rock your hips back and forth. Kind of massaging your belly and your hips out. Okay, so now we're going to bring your arms up into Sphinx. So you want your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Grip the mat with your hand. We're going to do a slight, just little back bend here. Push your tail or your pubic bone into the ground and kind of engage your butt. That protects your low back. And then from here, I just want you to kind of pull your elbows back towards your feet and then push your heart forward and look straight ahead or in front of you. Nothing too crazy here, just a nice stretch of the core. Good. And now, however you want, let's meet on our backs. Just move to your back gracefully. Okay. bring your arms out to the side, and then bring your knees up to your belly. So we're going to start a stretch that's just a twist. So I want you to drop both knees to the right side. Your shoulder might come up like this. That's okay. We're going to try to let it fall to the ground. So if that's not possible, then bend your arm or something just to make it a comfortable, easy position to lay in. But I want your feet on the ground, your knees on the ground, and then let your body twist. If you need to adjust your right shoulder to get a better twist, then you can. As soon as I did that, I was able to lay my left arm on the ground. So just play with your body a little bit and try to get into this twist. This is a nice cool down. Just a few breaths here. Close your eyes, relax. Maybe notice what muscles you might be tensing up to make this happen. Relax those. This is a very passive stretch. Let gravity do the work. You can look over to your left hand if you wish, if you don't have any neck issues and it feels good. If it feels too much, then just look straight ahead. That's fine. Couple more breaths here. Okay, let's inhale, engage the core, meet me with your knees above you, and switch sides. Again, roll your hips all the way to the ground. If your arm comes up, that's okay. We want to meet in a full twist, however that looks. If you need to put a bolster underneath you or something so that you can relax into the position, that's fine. I just do want your legs to be flat on the ground. Keep breathing into your belly. Deep breaths in. Relax it all the way out. Again, take note. Where are you holding tension? Just to be in a position that's meant to be no tension. It's amazing what I find clenched when there's no reason for it to be clenched. As we notice those places, just keep note of them. Like, you don't have to memorize them or anything, but just keep note of them, because as you practice, you might find that they're the same places. Okay, inhale, bring your knees up to your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Again, remember these big hugs like this, bringing some pressure into your chest, actually, and into your belly, is so good for hormones, hormone balancing, feel good hormones, serotonin in your system. Did you know that when you give somebody a hug for more than 20 minutes, that's a long time, 20 seconds, 20 seconds or more is when you get the most and the maximum amount of serotonin released from not only you, but them also. So you can give yourself your own hugs. Now go ahead. The work here is done. Relax your legs all the way to the ground. Make sure your hips are wider than your feet. Sorry, excuse me. Make sure your feet or wider than your hips. Lay your arms on the ground, palms facing up or down, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Leave it all here on the mat. So we're going to go into shavasana, corpse pose, for about 5 to 10 minutes here. If you are in a group, this is where I invite you to lay your hand on your chest or your belly, somewhere on your body, to know that you would like to be left alone today and not touched. Let's go ahead and lay and relax. Let your heels fall into the floor. And for once, let's really think about you not holding anything up, but the world is holding you up. You do not need to do anything to keep this floor holding you up. You can let it all go. So let your heels be held up by the floor. Let your calves be held up by the floor. Let your butt be held up by the floor. Let your belly be held up by the floor. Let your spine be held up by the floor. Let your shoulders be held up by the floor. Let your forearms be held up by the floor. Let your hands be held up by the floor. And finally, let your head be held up by the floor. You're going to slowly start to come back to your body, leaving your eyes shut. Maybe start wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. You're rolling your wrists around. Just take your hands above your head and take a really, really big stretch from your toes all the way to your hands, like you're just waking up from the morning. And when you're ready, roll to your favorite side, either to the right or the left. Laying on your side, resting your head on your arms in the fetal position for a moment. And here I want you to really think about relaxing your organs. Whatever side you're on, let your organs fall to the right or to the left, down. Let them fall down. Let your lungs relax down. Let your stomach relax down. Let your bladder relax down. At this point, if you feel like it, give yourself a little kiss on the shoulder and thank yourself for practicing today. And when you're ready, come up and meet me in a seated position, leaving your hands at your knees and your eyes closed. And I found this poem, I think, that is very fitting to our day. The most beautiful thing about you is just how unique you are. From your body to your soul, to your heart and your mind. On the inside and outside, you are one of a kind. You are not defined by a checklist, status, or wealth. You already have so much value just by being yourself. You're not designed to be liked by everyone you meet, but by loving oneself, you can be sure to be complete. Be kind to yourself, no matter what you have been through. Be bold, be brave, and always be unapologetically you. Let's bring your hands into a prayer pose in front of your heart and bow down to the ground. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for practicing.